would you say to people who say, because I've heard the IQ argument is based on white supremacy?
There is no doubt that IQ is not solely based on nurture, it's also based on nature. So there can be differences of opinion as to what percentage is genes and what percentage is upbringing and education. Okay. There can be differences of opinion. Helmut Nyborg, which was once a candidate for our party in 2019, and he was a professor emeritus of psychology and one of the leading IQ research experts in the world. His opinion is that nature, i.e. genes, is 80% and the other is 20%. But the fact of the matter is...
what does that mean? Does that mean
what
he's saying is that 80%
that basically means that if you're very stupid, then no amount of education can make you very bright. That's basically what it means. It means that you can certainly better yourself, but not that much. Most of it is given in genes.
And he's saying that's based on whether you're white or not white.
No, he's not going that far, but he's certainly saying that based on what country you're from, that has a lot to do with it. And basically, I mean, it's not... let's look at Nigeria. You know that one of the best runners in the world are from Nigeria. They really know how to run. I don't know about you, you can speak for yourself, but I personally don't feel demeaned if somebody tells me that in average, Nigerians are better runners than Danish people. I don't feel demeaned by that. I'm just like, okay, well, probably their genes make them better runners. You have to run a lot in Africa because otherwise you get eaten by a lion maybe, okay? So I don't feel demeaned by that, but when we have an obvious fact that nobody's disputing, that some people from Nigeria and average people from Nigeria are better runners, they're faster. Is it unreasonable to think that when some countries have genes that make them faster, then some countries have genes that make them smarter? You know?
Am I right that Jews sit at the top of the IQ?
Ashkenazi Jews are. Ashkenazi Jews are, you know, and you can...
So if someone made that fact, I'm not offended by it.
I'm not offended either. I'm just like, more power to you. Maybe that explains why Jews are so vastly disproportionately represented in Nobel Prizes. And I'm not talking about peace, because everybody can get peace. I'm not talking about
for inventions, for everything.
I'm talking about science. Hardcore science. Jews are represented madly more than anybody else, and much more than they should be based on, you know, their numbers in the world.
And you put that down to their IQ?
Absolutely. And I'm not offended by that in the least, you know.
So if you're making a fact, say let's just take Somalia as an example, when you make that fact, would your argument be that it's got nothing to do with racism, it's a fact?
If I answer that question...
Because where does the fact come? Because say, like, for example, I've been educated and gone to school with lots of black lads who are very smart.
Yeah.
And they're Caribbean history, Ghana,
yeah.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
My friend Priye, who's Nigerian, very intelligent.
This is important because nobody is making... Well,
in fact, I'd say he's got a higher IQ than most.
Yeah. That's I can't say that nobody's making the argument, but I'm certainly not making the argument that there aren't black people or yellow people or red people that are extremely bright and are much brighter than I am. Yeah. Because obviously there are, okay? So that's not the issue here, because we're talking about population groups.
Okay.
So you can have 10 black friends that are a lot smarter than you and a lot smarter than me.
Yep.
That doesn't really prove anything. Okay, well, it proves that they're very smart, but that's what it proves. And we're not really... I'm talking about politics here, and I'm talking about accepting certain facts that might be uncomfortable. And anecdotal evidence is very interesting, but it's just anecdotal evidence. So, for instance, the fact that when I went to Doncaster in 2015, because I was at a UKIP event there, the fact that I was given a ride from the local Asda to my hotel by 2 black people who were very nice, that doesn't really prove anything other than just that there are 2 black people in Doncaster who were so hospitable that they gave me a ride to my hotel, okay? Nor would the fact that I was attacked or almost, maimed by a Muslim Arab prove more than that? But if the statistics say that people of Syrian descent in Denmark statistically commit much more and are convicted of much more violent crime than Danes are, that's not anecdotal evidence. Then that's a fact, okay?
Okay.
And that's relevant. So I don't have any racial prejudice, but I do think we should accept some facts.